Guys, big breaking news coming out. The White House tells agencies to prepare for firings if Gov shuts down. Now, I want to show you something really quick here, guys. Big shout out to Canadian Prepper. He posts this: Gov shutdown possible. Same day, listen, same day of emergency meeting of all U.S. First Star Plus generals in Washington. And don't forget, a few days ago, there were trucks out there dropping off fences. I guess they're going to fence and protect the White House. So we're about to see something here, guys. And Defense of War Secretary Pete, he's calling all general worldwide to come back home. All right, so we don't know what the meeting is all about, but we have all this stuff that's happening, and I do believe that this week is going to be very critical. It's shut down possibly, and again, all these meeting that's going to take place. So again, we're going to see what's going on with this story here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. This is not the first time we see Gov shutdown stuff going on. Now, you will receive your EBT, your Social Security stuff. You're going to receive it. You're still going to get all that. All right, so don't need to worry. You're still going to get your benefits. This only affect like federal workers and stuff like that. But it doesn't affect those who are in need of assistance. All right, it says here the White House is telling federal agencies to prepare large-scale firings, of workers if the Gov shuts down next week. Same day that top generals is going to come back to the U.S. for a meeting. All right, so Gov shut down next week in a partisan fight over spending plans, prompting the left to accuse the U.S. commander of intimidation tactics. All right, so should we prepare? You always have to be prepared no matter what. Spiritually, physically, and mentally. It says here in a memo released on Wednesday night, the Office of Management and Budget said agencies could consider a reduction in force for federal programs whose funding would lapse next week. Now, it's not otherwise funded, and it's not consistent with the president's priorities. That would be a much more aggressive step than in previous shutdowns, when federal workers not deemed essential were forlonged but returned to their jobs once the U.S. Congress approved a new financial plan. A mass firing would eliminate employees' positions, which would trigger yet another massive upheaval in a federal workforce that has already faced major rounds of cuts this year, leading with the dramatic intervention by Elon, Doge, early in the second U.S. Commander administration. You guys know Elon was, part of Doge, and he was all about saving and stuff, but the things went separate ways between him and Donald because of the big beautiful bill and spending and this and that. All right, so we were told that Americans were gonna receive the $5,000, those who made over $75,000 and paid their taxes and stuff like that. But apparently, I don't know what happened to that money. It says here, when asked by reporters in the Oval Office on Thursday afternoon about the possibility of a Gov shutdown, the U.S. commander said, could be, yeah, because the left are crazed. They don't know what they're doing. asked whether he would agree to a request from the left for an extension of subsidies for the cost of health care plans under the Affordable Care Act, or the you know who care, on which millions of Americans depend for the insurance, which has become the sticking point in negotiations over the Gov funding bill. The U.S. commander simply repeated his false claim that the left are insisting on funding to give the money to illegal. Whoa. You see that? Highlighted in yellow. They really love taking care of them. When I say they, the LEFT, they love taking care of them for some reason. It just, look, here's the thing. It's different if you come here the right way. It's different because you are basically, you came here through the port of entry or seeking asylum. You got approved. That's a different ballgame. But once you start jumping over the fence, then yeah, it's lawlessness. It's like this, you steal material stuff or items in Walmart. You get caught, and then you go to court, and the judge tells you, "Good job, I give you $5,000. Don't worry about none of this. It's all clean. Here's $5,000. Go to the front desk. They will write you a check. Plus, you get $700 in food stamp, and we got a nice place for you. Congratulations for committing the crime." So it's just like that. That's the way I see it. Once any potential gov shuts down ends, agencies are asked to revise their reduction in force plans as needed to retain the minimal number of employees necessary to carry out statutory functions, according to the memo, which was first reported by Politico. This move from the OMB significantly increases the consequences of a potential gov shutdown next week and escalates pressure on the U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chucky and the House Minority Leader Hakeem, both New York LEFT. All right, so you have the two leaders have kept nearly all of their left lawmakers united against a clean funding bill pushed by the U.S. commander and congressional of the right that would keep the federal gov operating 7 more weeks, demanding immediate improvement to healthcare in exchange for their votes to approve the short-term plan known as the continuing resolution. "We will give you what you want, Donald, but we want money to take care illegal." Never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. So once again, Chucky said in a statement that the OMB memo is an attempt at intimidation and predicted the unnecessary firings will either be overturned in court or the administration will end up hiring the workers back. It has never been more important for the administration to be prepared for a shutdown if the left choose to pursue one, the memo reads, which also notes that the GOP signatures law, a major tax and anti-immigration spending package, gives ample resources to ensure that many core the U.S. commander administration priorities will continue uninterrupted. The OMB noted that it had asked all agencies to submit their plans in case of a gov shutdown by August 1st. Meanwhile, hundreds of federal employees who were fired in Elon cost-cutting blitz are being asked to return to work. It says here the General Services Administration has given the employees who manage the Gov workspaces until the end of the week to decide, according to an internal memo obtained by the AP. Those who accept must report to work on October 6th after what amounts to a 7-month paid vacation. Ultimately, the outcome was the agency was left broken and understaffed, said Chad, a former GSA real estate officials. They didn't have the people they needed to carry out basic functions. All right, once again, guys, very important news here. The White House tells agencies to prepare for firings if Gov shut down. Once again, you have the left accused the U.S. commander of intimidations tactics after memo outlines much more aggressive steps than previous shutdowns. And at the same time, like I said, big shout out to NY Prepper. Excuse me, Canadian Prepper. I totally apologize. And he shares something here too. Gov shutdown possible same day of emergency meeting of all U.S. First Star Plus generals in Washington. At the same time, you got Polymarket breaking news: U.S. Gov shutdown is reportedly imminent. Those betting against a shutdown can turn $100 into $400. Well, guys, I'm not a legal advisor and stuff like that. I'm not recommending people to do none of this type of stuff here. I'm just giving you all these info that's you know, the news that's coming out. U.S. Gov shutdown 2025, 76% chance. There's always a Gov shutdown. There's always a Gov shutdown. So give me a second here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for some more updates when it comes to this shutdown. I'm not seeing. Give me a second here. I'm not seeing any more. But again, I'm triple checking here, guys. Quadruple. Yeah, it seems like this is all the information here, guys. Yeah, this is all the info. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Yeah. I mean, again, you have Raw's alert just posted literally 1 minute ago. Give me a second here. White House has issued a warning and direct federal agency to brace for mass employee firings. He just posted that literally not too long ago. All right, so we definitely seen something here. All right, guys. Always prepare yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. And again, like I said, people still gonna get their Social Security, still gonna get their benefits, and still gonna get their stuff. But yeah, again, things are just gonna look pretty intense next week. All right, and then you got the top generals are coming to the U.S. Man, I mean, all that's gonna happen at the same time. Yeah, and I do believe they're gonna put up some fences, so things are again. It's gonna look pretty tough starting next week. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.